The Los Angeles Lakers are staring at one of the most frustrating roster construction dilemmas in the NBA, and the solution might require making the painful decision to cut ties with a veteran who was supposed to be part of their championship puzzle. After an offseason that saw the Lakers add frontcourt depth through acquisitions like DeAndre Ayton and Jake LaRavia, the franchise finds itself in a peculiar position that highlights the complex salary cap mathematics plaguing modern NBA roster building. Despite having a roster spot available, Los Angeles currently cannot sign a 15th player due to first April restrictions triggered by using the non-taxpayer mid-level exception on their recent signings. This limitation remains in effect until January 18th, creating an urgent timeline for potential roster moves. The elephant in the room is Maxi Kleber, whose $11 million expiring contract for the 2025-26 season has become both an asset and a liability for the Lakers' championship aspirations. On paper, the 33-year-old German center represents exactly what Los Angeles needs: a floor-spacing big man who can defend multiple positions while providing veteran leadership. In reality, Kleber has become a cautionary tale about the risks of investing significant money in injury-prone veterans. Kleber's injury history reads like a medical nightmare that should terrify any championship-contending team. After joining the Lakers in the blockbuster Luka Doncic trade, he missed the entire second half of last season with injuries that exposed the fragility of the Lakers' frontcourt depth. Even more concerning is his recent track record. Kleber hasn't played more than 43 games in any of the past 3 regular seasons, making him one of the least reliable rotation players in the league. For a Lakers team already committed to paying 8-figure salaries to injury-prone veterans like Jared Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent, allocating over $10 million to another marginal rotation player represents poor resource allocation that could cripple their flexibility moving forward. The opportunity cost becomes even more significant when you consider the veteran free agents still available who could provide immediate impact without the injury concerns. Al Horford stands out as the crown jewel among remaining free agents, offering everything the Lakers desperately need in their championship pursuit. The veteran center brings playoff experience, defensive versatility, three-point shooting, and the kind of leadership that championship teams require in crucial moments. Horford's ability to play both center and power forward would give the Lakers lineup flexibility, while his reliable health record provides a durability that Kleber cannot guarantee. The mathematical path to acquiring Horford requires creative salary cap maneuvering that puts Kleber's contract at the center of potential solutions. The Lakers could explore trading Kleber along with draft capital to create the necessary salary relief, though finding a willing trade partner for an injury-prone veteran might prove challenging. Alternatively, using the stretch provision to release Kleber would distribute his salary over 3 seasons, reducing the immediate cap impact while creating roster flexibility. From a basketball perspective, moving on from Kleber makes strategic sense beyond just the injury concerns. His role with the Lakers has been inconsistent, and his inability to stay healthy has prevented him from developing meaningful chemistry with the team's core players. When your frontcourt depth depends on a player who might miss significant time due to injury, you're essentially building your championship hopes on quicksand. The timing element adds urgency to this decision that the Lakers cannot afford to ignore. With the January 18th deadline looming, every day of delay reduces their negotiating leverage and limits their options for acquiring impact players. Championship windows in the NBA are notoriously narrow, and the Lakers cannot waste valuable time hoping that Kleber's injury issues will magically resolve. If Horford proves unavailable or chooses to sign elsewhere, the Lakers should consider alternative options like Precious Achiuwa or Trey Lyles, both of whom offer more reliable health records and could provide valuable depth without the significant injury risk that Kleber represents. These players might not have Kleber's theoretical ceiling, but their availability and consistency could prove more valuable during a championship run. The broader lesson here extends beyond just the Kleber situation and speaks to the Lakers' overall approach to roster construction. Championship teams cannot afford to allocate significant salary cap space to players who cannot be counted on to contribute when it matters most. The margins for error in title contention are simply too narrow to gamble on unreliable veterans, regardless of their skill set when healthy. This decision also reflects a reality that the Lakers' championship window, with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, requires maximizing every roster spot and dollar for immediate impact. Keeping Kleber, while hoping he stays healthy, represents the kind of wishful thinking that prevents good teams from becoming great ones. The Lakers front office must weigh the sunk cost of Kleber's contract against the potential upside of adding a more reliable veteran contributor. In championship mathematics, consistency often trumps upside, especially when dealing with aging superstars whose windows for title contention continue shrinking with each passing season. Moving forward, this situation should serve as a cautionary tale about the risks of investing heavily in injury-prone veterans, regardless of their theoretical fit within a team system. The Lakers learned this lesson the hard way with previous signings, and repeating the same mistake with Kleber would represent organizational failure at the highest level. The path forward seems clear. Create salary relief by moving Kleber's contract, pursue Al Horford or similar reliable veterans, and build roster depth around players who can actually contribute when the playoffs arrive. Championship teams are built on reliability, not potential, and the Lakers must embrace this philosophy if they hope to maximize their remaining title